Hi, I'm Brad Sugars and welcome to the Business Basics. Today is a very exciting topic. We're still on the subject of niche and in our 6 levels to massive profits. But what we're focused on today is how you can create an unlimited marketing budget for your business. You know, in business, and by the way, I know that sounds like a big claim. I want you to watch and listen because this is very important. In fact, you're probably going to watch this video several times over to make sure you get the lesson properly. Now, the way this works is really, really simple. There are 2 aspects to marketing that you've got to fundamentally understand. The first is what we call acquisition cost. That's how much it costs you to buy a customer. Notice my wording, not how much it costs you to make a sale, how much it costs you to buy a customer. This is vitally important information. Now, acquisition cost, let's say I spent $1,000 on an advertisement and I got 10 new customers from it. That cost me, very simply put, $10 a customer. It's not complex. It's $100 a customer. It's not complex. It's very, very simple. Here I am looking at what am I spending to buy customers. Now, if you're like most business owners, you'll have no idea what this number is. You'll never have done the math to try and work out what this amount is. Most business owners don't know this, and that's because they think of business totally wrong. Business is not get a product on the shelf and sell it for more than I got it on the shelf for. That's the old way of doing business. What I want you to be thinking is the entrepreneurial way of doing business. Now, the entrepreneurial way of doing business is I have to buy a customer and then I have to sell the customer for more than I bought them for. So think of it this way. I'm buying a customer for a certain price. I then have to make that money back in lifetime value of that customer. Now, this is a fundamentally different shift for most people on how they run a business. So, for example, I worked with a client of mine who ran a bakery in Wellington, New Zealand. I love telling his story. He would buy customers. He was spending $300 a week on advertising and getting 3 new customers from each one of them. Now, he guessed that he was getting about 10 new customers from each one of them. So even if his guess was right, he was still spending $30 a new customer. In fact, he was spending $100 to buy a new customer. Now, you know that that bakery is going to have to get that customer because he only made about $4, $4.50 every time he made a sale. You know that bakery is going to have to get that customer back literally hundreds of times to make back the money that he spent on acquiring the customer. Now, I know you're thinking, gee, that's pretty silly. But if you knew your numbers, then maybe you'd be thinking, gee, I'm not sure we're doing it any better. Now, here's the point. I'll give you an example from one of my own businesses. I had a dog food business one time. Now, in our dog food business, we had an average sale of $108. Out of that average sale, that was how much a person spent with us on average when they made a purchase. On an average sale, we made $38 in profit. So out of that $38 in profit, I now have given you enough information to know the marketing budget of that company. You're right. No, you don't get it yet? You should. The marketing budget of the company is we could buy a customer for anything under $38. Think about it. Now, here's the point. If I bought a customer for $20, in fact, in that business, we bought customers on our radio advertising for $22 a piece. Our TV advertising bought us customers for $4.50 a piece. Our newspapers bought us customers for just over $30 a piece. But here's the thing. Let's use radio as an example. If I went and spent $22 on marketing and I got back $38 in profit, what's my marketing budget all of a sudden? It's unlimited, isn't it? If I can buy a customer for less than the profit on the first sale, I'm going to repeat that because it's vitally important. If I can buy a customer for less than the profit on the first sale, I have an unlimited marketing budget. In fact, you'll see here on the screen, it takes my marketing from being an expense to now being an investment. See, I'm no longer spending marketing money, I'm investing it. I know that for 22 out I can get 38 back. Now, what if, for example, I had an advertisement that cost me $50 to buy a customer? Could I still do it? Only if I had the lifetime value. That's right. If I knew that I was going to get repeat business from that customer, the lifetime value, and in that dog food business, we knew our average customer stayed with us 3 years. We knew they spent on average $800 a year with us. So you think about it, 800 times 3 is $2,400. Could I spend, and this is the thing, could I spend the $22 or $50 even, or $100 even, to buy back $2,400 in sales with $38 profit every 6 weeks? Of course I can, as long as I've got the cash to balance it. Now, I want you to watch this video several times if you haven't got it yet, or grab your coach and make sure you understand it. This is of vital importance. Our job in business is buying customers. The price we pay for them has to be less than we're going to get back in lifetime value. Our goal, of course, our goal in buying a customer is to buy them for less than the profit on the first sale. If we can buy a customer for less than the profit on the first sale, and by buying I mean marketing and sales expenses, if I can buy a customer for less than the profit on the first sale, my marketing budget is unlimited. I can keep buying customers for as long as I can keep servicing that many customers that I'm bringing on board. It's a very, very important aspect for it. Now, the third part of this is my rule of 10 by 10. Now, what do I mean by the rule of 10 by 10? Pretty simple. I don't want to just have one way of buying new customers. I want to have 10 ways of buying new customers. See, a lot of businesses are set up like a diving board. What do I mean by that? Well, think about it. You climb the diving board, you jump, it makes you go up in the beginning, but you're going down straight afterwards with a great big splash. If your business is built on one method of getting new customers, one strategy of getting customers, or one main customer even, or one main customer group. I remember one of my businesses was in the pizza business, and we sold to supermarkets fresh pizza. Now, the moment they stopped stocking fresh pizza from outside suppliers and started doing it themselves, we were out of business. One-leg businesses die quickly. We want to have multiple legs. We want to have 10 ways of getting 10% of our customers. We want to have 10 ways of getting our customers back to do more business with us 10% at a time. We want to have 10 ways of converting our customers into prospects into customers. You know, this is the rule of 10 by 10. Build stability in your marketing, and therefore you'll make a lot of money. We want to have 10 ways of building lifetime value, 10 ways of decreasing acquisition cost. Not one, 10 ways. And the small incremental changes from each of those 10 gives you the rule of 10 by 10, goes to your 100 and builds a very solid business. So remember, acquisition cost down, lifetime value up, and get some steadiness and stability by getting 10 by 10. I'm Brad Sugars, and these are the business basics.